The laughter echoed through the glass boardroom. "Wait, you're the CEO?" sneered Richard Hale, the billionaire heir of Hale Tech. Across the table, Maya Brooks adjusted her blazer, her jaw tight. The deal was worth $900 million, the biggest of her career. But now the room of white executives chuckled like it was a joke. One man whispered, "Did she win a diversity lottery?" Maya's hand gripped her pen until it cracked. She smiled, not out of fear, but calculation. They had no idea who she really was. And when they found out, their empire would crumble. Maya Brooks built her company, NovaGen, from a single laptop in a one-bedroom apartment. She'd fought through rejection, bias, and boardroom politics to become one of the youngest black female CEOs in the biotech world. Her innovation, a breakthrough medical chip, caught the attention of Hale Tech, a global conglomerate desperate to buy her out before their rival did. Maya arrived at their corporate tower that morning with confidence. She had already negotiated terms with the board. All that remained was a signature. But when she entered the room, everything changed. They didn't see a visionary. They saw a black woman who didn't fit their idea of a billionaire. Richard Hale, the heir himself, leaned back and smirked. "I expected someone older, more experienced." His tone dripped with condescension. The other executives followed his lead, exchanging quiet chuckles. Maya didn't flinch. She'd seen this before. But she also knew one of them was about to make a very expensive mistake. The meeting began with fake smiles and false courtesy. Richard interrupted her presentation every few minutes. "Cute pitch deck," he said. "Who designed it for you?" Maya replied calmly. "I did, between building a $2.4 billion company." But the disrespect only grew. They questioned her credentials, her data, even her voice. One exec leaned to another and whispered, "She should be grateful we're even considering this." Maya caught every word. Then came the breaking point. When she began explaining the security protocol behind her biotech chip, Richard snapped, "You don't need to worry about the technical stuff. Our engineers will handle it once we buy you out." The room went quiet. Maya looked at him, expressionless, but her silence screamed louder than words. He grinned, thinking he'd won. "So what do you say, sweetheart? Ready to sign?" That word, sweetheart. Every woman in power knows what it means. Maya closed her laptop slowly. "Actually," she said softly, "I think we're done here." Richard laughed. "What? You're walking away from $900 million? His voice filled the room, mocking, confident, untouchable. But Maya stood up, slid her chair back, and looked each of them in the eye. "You're right. I'm walking away from your $900 million, but you'll still pay for it." Then she left. For the first time all day, Richard didn't have a comeback. He just stared, confused, until his phone buzzed 15 minutes later. It was a message from NovaGen's legal division. Maya had just terminated the exclusivity clause, legally freeing her to negotiate with other partners. Within hours, news broke that NovaGen signed a historic deal with Hale Tech's biggest rival, Zenith Biosystems, for $1.3 billion. But that wasn't all. The contract included a global supply partnership that cut Hale Tech out of the market they'd been building for 5 years. In one stroke, Maya's no erased a decade of their dominance. When the board confronted Richard, footage of the meeting, leaked from someone's phone, began trending online. Millions watched as he laughed in her face. Comments poured in. "That's what happens when arrogance meets excellence." Never underestimate a black woman in the boardroom. By nightfall, Hale Tech's stock had fallen 18%. Their investors demanded answers. Weeks later, Maya stood at a press conference beside Zenith's CEO. Reporters asked if she had any words for her former bidders. She smiled faintly. That's when the real cost begins. The audience erupted in applause. Online, the clip became a symbol of empowerment. Women across the world shared it with the hashtag #PowerWithGrace. As for Richard Hale, he resigned quietly. Hale Tech merged with a smaller firm a year later, its reputation permanently scarred. And Maya? She turned Novagen into a global leader in ethical biotech. Her photo appeared on the cover of Forbes under the headline, "The Woman Who Said No and Changed Everything." Sometimes karma doesn't wait years. It just waits for the right meeting.